Hi guys, this is Jessica with Clark Real Estate Group. I just wanted to make a quick video on the differences between selling with an agent and doing for sale by owner, or even using one of those new companies that offer to buy your house from you quickly or sell your house for 1%. First, let's just talk about for sale by owner. And this crazy market, you probably could sell your house yourself. You'd probably think, why do I need an agent? I'll put it on the market and it'll sell right away. And maybe it will, but that's only one part of what an agent does. We don't just put the house on the market and get an offer and then walk away. We do a lot behind the scenes and a lot during escrow. One thing to keep in mind is the safety. With a real estate agent, we're going to put a Bluetooth lock on your door, most likely, or combo lock, and that lock is going to protect your home and your assets very well. So the only people that are going to be allowed in your house are people who are accompanied by a licensed real estate agent, and all of us have to have a background check. And so we're going to do our best to keep your home and your assets safe. And it can be kind of sketchy showing your own house. I mean, maybe you're not worried about it, but for some people, the idea of having a stranger in your house, if it's just you and the kids home or whatever, it can seem a little unsafe. And so with a real estate agent, you're able to vacate the home, and then we're now responsible for showing the house, and you don't even have to worry about that. The other thing is the legal aspect. Agents are trained, and we're held liable for our actions under a licensing board, and we have a broker who we work under, or we are a broker, which means that we're held to a higher level of responsibility anyway. And there's a lot of legal aspects that come along with selling the house. You have disclosures and you have legal forms that need to be filled out, and if you don't have an agent, you're going to be doing that yourself, and if something goes wrong, then you could get sued for that. Lots of sellers get sued when a real estate deal goes wrong. It's the seller that's getting sued, not the buyer. So a real estate agent should know how to protect you from any legal issues, and so that's a big deal. And then escrow usually takes 30 to 60 days, and if you have anything that pops up that maybe is not normal, a snag in the deal, real estate agents are experienced and trained to handle a lot of different things, and hopefully they would be able to save your deal. You see my cat in the background there. So for sale by owner, it's not necessarily a bad thing if you have experience and you know what you're doing, but if you don't, it's worth the money to hire somebody. There's some things you do yourself to save money, and there's some things that's just not worth it. And another thing to keep in mind is if you're selling your home by owner, you probably still end up paying at least one agent. Most buyers, I would say 90% of buyers, have a real estate agent helping them, and that real estate agent's not going to work for free. So if the buyer you are representing, or not representing, the buyer you are selling to has representation, you're probably going to end up paying 3%. So why not pay a little bit more and have your own representation as well? So let's talk about iBuyers. There's certain companies out there, and you know who I'm talking about, that will offer to buy your house fast for cash. And then there's also companies out there that offer to list your house for 1%. Just a few quick notes about their companies. Make sure you read the fine print. There's usually something that is hidden between the lines, where you're going to end up paying just as much or more than if you had an agent. Most of those iBuyers that offer to buy fast for cash, they're going to offer you a discounted price, then they're going to buy that house from you, and they're going to relist it on the market with an agent and charge a premium for it, and they're going to make money off of you. You're going to leave money on the table in exchange for convenience. If you're in a hurry and that's what you need, that's fine. But if that's not the case for you, if you want to make as much money as possible, don't sell to one of the we buy houses fast people, because they're not going to give you market value. They're going to go underneath because they're flipping it. Whether that needs repairs or not, their plan is to resell it and make some money. They're not just doing you a favor. So make sure you pay attention to that. And then the other thing, the whole listing your house for 1%, a lot of times that's bogus. There's a transaction fee anywhere from 5 to 15% hidden in there somewhere, and you're going to end up losing money. So make sure you read the fine print. A lot of those we list for 1% are actually real estate agencies. So you're still using a real estate agency, and they have rules you have to follow in order to get that 1%. Like you have to buy your next house with them and let them represent you. That way they're getting 3% from that deal too. So read all the fine print and make sure that you know what you're getting in a situation like that. So the last thing I just want to talk about is some of the pros to using a real estate agent that I may not have already mentioned. So we've already talked about how they're trained and licensed. We talked about having experience with deals in case they go sideways, but just a few other benefits of using an agent. They're going to have experience in your market. They're going to be there to advise you. So if you ever have a question, typically we're a phone call or text away. We're going to know how to present your home to buyers in the most complimentary way for your home. We're going to know where and how to market your property effectively. We're going to know how to overcome typical real estate transaction problems and get your deal closed smoothly. We're going to understand state required disclosures and look out for your best interest. We talked about the safety and protecting your home and your belongings and security and the lock boxes. And we also have an automatic showing system where we can easily schedule showings and get your approval through text and email and calls. We have a lot of resources from bankers, home stagers, and contractors just to make sure that we always have those at our fingertips. We have access to the most accurate and comprehensive data, the MLS. That's the only data repository with the most up-to-date listing and sales information. Zillow and all those places, they get their information from the MLS. So the fact that we're able to put it on there not only is a benefit to you as a seller, but it's also going to syndicate to every other website like that, and it's just going to get your house out there in front of everybody. We know how to negotiate. Obviously we're skilled in that and we've done it a lot, so we're going to try to get you the best price possible. And we have to do continuing education every year, so we're always up to date on housing issues and disclosures and forms. So having a real estate agent in your corner, you'll have a partner by your side to advocate for you and advise you through the entire home sale. And that's a pretty big deal, something to think about. So if you have any questions, let me know. That's the end of my video, and I will see you soon.